So hello everyone, in this video we will talk about what is functions. So a function in the Python is a block of reusable code that perform a specific task. So here you can see that here it is also saying that a function can accept some values it can work with. We can put these values in this parameter. Parameters are like name is given inside a parameter. You can see that name is written inside the parenthesis. So it is known as values is the parenthesis. The function can also return a values as shown below. So before going on this slide, I have another slide of W3 schools. Wait for a minute. Python
Today
functions.
we're diving into the
Here
roots
you
of
can see
Python
that
syntax. Let's get
it
started.
is saying that a Python is a
Quick
block of
recap of how to
reusable
run
code
Python
when
on
it
your
is
own.
called
You can
when
execute Python
in this
code directly
if
in the
we call
command
the
line from the Python
function
terminal.
like thrice, four times, five times, infinite times, it will print the
Hey there, future
values
coders.
at
Today
infinite
we're
times.
looking into
How
Python
many
comments.
times you
Ready?
will
Let's go.
say him to print and
Comments in
call the
Python
function,
start with
it
a
will print
hashtag
the
symbol like this.
code. A
This
function
is
helps
handy for
avoiding code
expanding your
repetition.
code, making it easier to
It
read,
helps to
or even
avoid
preventing.
code repetition.
Hey
So
there, future
let's take an
Python
example,
wizards.
creating a function. How
Today we're learning
a
about global
function is
variables.
has been
These are special
creating. In
variables that live
Python, a
outside of
function is
functions
defined
and can
using
be accessed
the
by
def
everyone,
keyword.
both
Before
inside and
knowing all
outside of
these
those
things,
functions.
you firstly know that a function is
Hey there,
defined
future
using the def
Pythonistas.
keyword.
Ready to
It
embark on
means
your coding
def
journey?
keyword
Let's get started
be
with Python.
followed by function name and
Good news.
parenthesis.
Many PCs and
So
Macs already have
def keyword
Python
is used
installed, but let's make
when
sure
we
it's ready
create
to
a
go on your
function.
machine.
This is a
On a
function
Windows.
name. The function name is my
Hey there,
function,
future
and this
Pythonistas. Ready to
parenthesis
embark on your
represents
coding journey?
uh,
Let's get started with
what the
Python.
value we will give inside this
Good news.
parenthesis.
Many PCs and
Let's
Macs
take
already have
how to
Python
call a
installed, but
function.
let's make sure
To
it's
call
ready
a
to go on your
function, write
machine.
its name followed by
On a Windows.
parenthesis. So let's
Hey
take
there,
an
coding
example.
enthusiasts.
I should,
Today we're examining how
I
to
would
output
like to
variables
copy
in
this
Python.
code and move to my
Let's see
VS
how we can.
Studio code and make one separate file, functions.py. So copy the code. Here you can see that I've told you that if we want to create a function, so firstly we will use the def keyword, then wait for a minute, where is my slide?
We can use the print
Not
function to
this
display
slide,
variables. To start, the print function can be.
this slide, yeah. So what do we do? So I told you that firstly if we have to create function, we will use the def keyword, then the function name and the parenthesis. Then what we have to print, we will print here, and this is what this is known as. I will tell you that this is called function calling. Function calling. It means how whatever times if you call the function, it will print the values at that time. Like firstly, I have run to execute the code. You can see here the hello from a function is printed here. If I want to print this function thrice time, so I will call the function by thrice time. Means I will call function three times. The output will be printing at three times. So here in function calling plays a vital role to print the outcome. So how many times you will call the function, it will print the values. So move to our slide.
Hey there, be used to output variables.
Here you can see
Future
that
coders, today
one
we're looking at
example, same
Python
example is
variable
given
names.
that like if we have this type,
What's in a name? Well, when it comes to coding, quite a
wait
lot.
for a minute.
In Python, you can name your variables almost anything you. Hey there, future Python wizards.
Here you can see that I have called a same
Today, we're
function
learning about global
six
variables.
times by
These are
six
special
times.
variables that
The
live outside of
output will be
functions
printed
and can be
in six
accessed
times.
by everyone,
Here the
both
output is
inside and
showing, you
outside
can
of those
see here.
functions.
Wait for a minute, network.
Hey there,
Here you
future
can see that the
Pythonistas.
output is
Ready to
printing in the
embark on your coding
sixth
journey?
way.
Let's get
So I
started
hope
with
you all
Python.
clear. So
Good
all
news.
time I am
Many
saying you
PCs
that
and Macs already
please
have
use the
Python installed, but
W3
let's make
Schools
sure it's ready
website
to go with
because
your
it is
machine.
most important to gain
Go to
knowledge and
Windows.
more practice
Hey
solving
there,
approach.
coders.
You get clear
Hey there,
on your
techies.
problem
Welcome back to
solving approach.
W3Schools.com.
So here some questions are
Today we're
there.
diving into the
Like
rules of
example
Python
is there
syntax.
def
Let's
my
get started.
function. It means when we
Quick
start a
recap on
function we
how to
will
run
use
Python
def
on your own.
keyword. Then my
You can
function.
execute
It means
Python
it is a
code
function
directly in the
name
command line
and
from the Python
parenthesis.
terminal.
You know that inside
Hey everyone,
parenthesis we
welcome
write
back to
the
W3 Schools.
polyparameters.
Today we're
Print hello
diving into
from
the
a function.
wonderful
Same
world
thing.
of
It is
Python.
printing. We are calling three times my
Imagine if
function,
you could
so
tell
it
your
will print
computer
hello
exactly what
from
to
a
do in a
function by
language
three
almost
times. You can
instantly.
see here the output. It is printing three times. Why? Because we are calling the function by three
Hey there,
times.
future Python wizards.
So
Simple as English.
I will not
That's
waste your time.
Python.
Move.
Hey there, future
on.
coders. Today we're looking into Python comments.
There are some
Let's go.
important function names.
Comments in
Function name
Python
follow the
start with a
same
hashtag
rules
symbol like this.
as variable names in
They're super
Python.
handy for
A
explaining your code,
function name must
making it easier to
start with a
read,
letter
or even
or
preventing.
underscore. Yeah, it
Hey
is
there,
most
coding
important
enthusiasts.
because the
Today
function name
we'll
must
learn
be
some cool
start with
tricks on how
letter
to
or
assign multiple
underscore.
values in Python.
You cannot
Ready?
start with
Let's
dot
go.
or anything.
First up,
A
let's
function
see how
name can
Python
only
lets you
contains
assign
letter,
values to
number,
multiple
and
variables in a
underscore.
single line.
This is also a most important thing.
Hey there, future
Function name
coders.
are
Today
case
we're looking at
sensitive.
Python
My
variable names.
function and my functions are different. How?
What's your
Because
name?
here the
Well, when
function is
it comes to
starting with
coding,
capital
quite a
letter
lot.
and here the
In
function is
Python, you can
in
name your
small
variables
letter.
almost anything you
So
want.
it is very case
Hey
sensitive.
there, coding
If you
enthusiasts.
make any silly
Today,
mistake in
we'll learn some
capital
cool
letter or a
tricks on
small
how to
letter,
assign multiple
it will
values
give
in
an
Python.
error or
Ready?
throw you an
Let's
error.
go.
So
First up,
kindly
let's
when
see
you
how
create a
Python lets
function,
you assign
kindly
values to
know that
multiple variables in a single line.
whatever you have taken the function name at the
Hey
starting,
there, coders.
you will
Today
use
we're
when you
exploring
call the
Python
function,
variables.
you will put the same function name.
Think of variables as
Otherwise, it will
containers
throw
for
you a
storing data
error.
values.
So I hope you
In
all clear.
Python,
So
creating a
why
variable
we
is as
use
simple as
functions?
assigning a value to
So
it.
in this
Hey everyone,
compared
welcome back to W3 Schools.
for
Today
forget
we're
this type
diving into the
things.
wonderful
I
world
will
of
told
Python.
you example. Here an example is
Imagine if
given.
you could tell your computer
Convert
exactly what
temperatures
to
from
do in a
Fahrenheit
language
to
almost as
Celsius.
simple as English.
So before going on these
That's
questions,
Python.
this type of question I will
Hey there,
bring you
coding
in the
enthusiasts.
practice sets
Today we're
video.
examining how to
So
output variables
don't
in
worry about
Python.
this. How to return a
Let's
value
see how we can
and
use the
how to
print
print a
function to
value
display
in the
variables. To start, the print function can be used to output
function.
variables.
So in
Hey there,
starting I
future
have
Python
told you that
wizards.
how to call a function. So
Today,
it means
we're learning
how to
about
print a
global
value.
variables.
In this
These are
it
special variables that
is
live
telling
outside a
that
function
how to
and can
return
be
a value.
accessed by everyone,
So
both inside and outside of those functions.
return value. Function can
Hey
send
there,
data
coders.
back to the
Today
code
we're
that
exploring
called
Python
using the
variables.
return statement. When a function
Think of
reaches a
variables
return
as
statement,
containers for
it
storing data
stop
values.
executing and send the
In
result back.
Python,
So
creating a
here you
variable
can
is as
see that
simple as assigning a value
def
to it.
get greeting, it means it is a function name and
Hey there, future
parenthesis here.
coders. Today we're looking
Then
at
we are
Python
returning
variable
hello
names.
from a function. So we are declaring
What's
a
in a name?
function name with a
Well, when it
variable
comes
name
to
as
coding, quite
message.
a lot.
Then we are
In
printing the
Python, you can name your
message.
variables almost
Here this
anything
is
you
a
want.
function name
Hey there,
and the
techies. Welcome
function
back
name
to
we are
W3Schools.com.
initializing with a
Today we're diving into the
variable
rules of Python
name as
syntax.
message.
Let's get
Then
started.
we will print the message.
Quick
It
recap
means
on how to run
the
Python on
output
your
will
own.
be hello from a
You can execute.
function. Here you can see that hello from a function is the output here.
Python code
So
directly in the
let's
command
check
line from the
one
Python
more
shell.
example.
Hey there, future coders.
In
Today
this
we're looking
example,
into
I hope you
Python
will all
comments.
clear.
Ready? Let's
Let's
go.
copy this code.
Comments in Python start
Set
with a hashtag
RLC.
symbol like this.
Move to our VS Studio
There's
code. Firstly, comment it out. CTRLV. So in this, firstly understand what the code is telling us, what the code is does want to tell us. So firstly we have created a def keyword, means we are creating a function. Then get greetings is a function name and here is a parenthesis. Then it is showing that return hello from a function. Here you can take anything like hello, my name Krishna. Hello Krishna. So here in this last line we are telling that print get greeting. What does it means? Then we are saying that print the value of function name which is get greeting. So it will print hello Krishna. So you can clear that function can be printed by two methods. First method is like we normally print the values, and second method is like firstly we return what we want to print, then in the next line we will print the function name. It means the function will be printed. There are two mainly major
Super
methods
handy for
in this.
explaining your code,
So
making it
pass
easier to read,
statement, you know that
and
pass
preventing.
statement do
Hey there,
nothing.
future
Here
Python
is
users.
also told that function definition cannot
Today,
be
we're
empty. If
learning
we
about
need to
global
create a function,
variables.
we will use a
These are
pass
special
statement.
variables that
Before
live
going
outside
on
of
this,
functions
the pass
and can be
statement,
accessed by
there are some
everyone, both inside
functions.
and outside of
What
those
is the
functions.
correct keyword for defining
Hey there, future Python
function in a
users.
Python?
Ready to embark on your coding journey?
So after
Let's get
telling
started with Python.
uh,
Good
before
news. Many
this
PC
lecture
systems already have Python installed.
10 to
But let's
15
make sure it's
minutes,
ready to
I
go on your
want to know
machine.
that you all are
On a
listening or
Windows.
not. So I hope
Hey
that
there, future
you will
Python
answer
users.
this question.
Ready
I
to
am
embark
waiting
on your
for your
coding journey?
response.
Let's get
So
started with
kindly
Python.
give the option
Good news.
which
Many
option is correct.
PCs and Macs already
Kindly
have
comment in
Python
the DM
installed.
box.
But let's make sure it's ready to go on your machine. On a Windows. Hey there, coding enthusiasts.
So I hope you all
Today we're examining how to
give
write
your
code
answer or
using Python.
response. So what is the correct
Let's
keyword
see how we can use
for
Python
defining
functions to
function in
display
Python?
variables.
Before starting function,
To
I have
start, the print
earlier told you
function can
that
be used to output
whenever a
data.
function is created, we
Hey
will
there, techies.
use
Welcome back
with
to
a def keyword.
w3schools.com.
It means the
Today we're
option
diving
is
into the rules of Python
third.
syntax.
The answer is right. The next question is create a function named by my function. So again, I am waiting. Please give the answer in the comment box. I hope you all clear and given the oh wait for a minute. Just have a look. Something clicked by me, unfortunately. So here def the function name which is my function, and I have told you that parenthesis is important. So firstly we have to create an function. So you have used def keyword, then the function named is here given function name, then parenthesis is important. Submit the question. You can see the output is 110% correct. So in the next question here execute a function named by my function. So in this code we have to call a function. So I am waiting for your response. We have to print a hello from a function at once time, not twice, thrice. It is so very easy question. That's why I am saying that please practice this type of question on this website like W3 schools and Geeks for Geeks. There are so many types of website to practice. So I hope you have given your response in the comment box. So here we have we have to call a function. So here the function is given my function. So we will call my function and parenthesis is most one. Then submit the answer. You can see that the answer is correct. Before going on these questions, I would like to
Let's get
move
started.
on next page. I before going to arguments, I have my own handbook made Python handbook file like functions. Here the same thing is given. Def, greet and name. It means def is a function when we start a function. Greet means function name and name is given inside a parameter. So this is the same type of question I have told you earlier. Default parameter value plays a vital role in the function. Before going on this, I want to go on my I want to on my VS Code and practice some. basic question to understand clearly what is function and how to call a function with a return statement and with a print statement. Let's take example. Before starting function, we use def keyword, def, then its name, def greet, and print hello world. Then at the last, we have to call the function here, colon, I have missed. Then we have to call the function. Why here getting redness? Because the indentation plays a vital role in Python language. So run the output. You can see the output is hello world. You have seen that here when the space are not given here, the red line is showing to you because Python is very case sensitive also, and it plays a vital role for the indentation also. So run and execute, you can see the output is printed. So we don't know what is the meaning of this indentation because I told you in the previous class. If you may face any problem, go to my previous lectures and see the videos for it. So firstly in this code we have create a def keyword with name def, and greet means the function name and the parenthesis. Then we have print hello world. I can print anything like hello help you because I study in LPU. That's why I'm printing. You can print anything. I am not telling you that print this type of things. So printing this, and again we have called the function greet. So it will print hello help you. So I will comment it out. Let's take one more example, one two more example for your better clearance. Like function with a return value. Like we have to add something in a function. So def add a comma b. I have earlier told you that inside parameter we can take any values. So we have taken a and b. Then with a return statement we will add a plus b. Then we will make a separate variable name as result is equal to add and the values of a and b like 5 comma 3 is the values. Then we will print the result. In this lines of code, you can see that we have created a function def add. Function name is add, and a comma b is the parameter name. So we are returning a plus b. So we want the addition of a plus b. So we make a another variable name as result, which we assign with the add. Add means 5 and 3 means 5, a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 3. You don't worry about that. We can take any values to it. It will goes in like 5 will be considered as a and 3 will be considered as b. So you cannot take this value here also. If you want to take a is equal to 2 here and b is equal to 5 here, it is also true. You can see the output. It is also true. The output is 7. If you don't want to give the value here, you want to give the value when you are calling at the last line. So you can take 5 or like 2 2 and 5 we have taken 2 comma 5. So you can again see. Let's take another example. Otherwise you will confuse 2 and 8. You can see here the output is 10. You can declare the value at the upper side also, and you can declare the value as the lower side also. The output will be not different. It will be same. So in this kind of code, we will print the addition of a two number using the return statement. So in this lecture, we will take one more example And in another lecture, we will again come with the functions and their most important questions. And after that, there are parameters and many more things. Most important things in Python is like OOPS concepts. In OOPS concept, there are many things like encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, many things. And OOPS concept is most important. So let's take one more example, and then in next lecture, we will proceed to the function questions. Best important, top-notch important questions. So again made a def keyword with a we are squaring a two number def square the parameter name as num, then we will return num into num. If we want to square something, so like a number is given is 2, so we will multiply by 2. 2 into 2 is 4. The square of the number is here. Again the redness is coming because the indentation plays a vital role in Python language. Now, then we have to call the function. Wait for a minute. So, call the function means print the function. Because in return statement, we have to print the function, and without return statement, we have to call the function. So, we have to print square of. So, let's take we have want the square of 2. Square of 2 is 4. You can take anything. Let's take square of 6. It means 36. So you can see that you can take anything. Let's take example num again. Here q. Here we have to change the parameter name also. Q. You want to print the cube of 2. It means 2 2 ja 4, 4 2 ja 8. You can see the output is 8. So you know that how to print the square and the cubic number of any values. So it is very easy. In this lecture, we have covered the some part of the function. In upcoming lectures, we will again come to the function questions and function important things. Like in function, there are arguments also. So in next lecture, we will cover these arguments, and there are some top-notch question which I will not show to you. In next lecture, I will come with these questions. Before going on this, I have made a 60 pages of file, 60 pages of file Python handbook. If you have, if you want to purchase this file is for zero cost. You can download it from my YouTube channel. So I'm not taking any charges for it because some people or some student cannot afford it. That's why I have given this handbook free to you. So thank